Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, thank you. So, is it your first class? For some, at least.
No, ma'am, second class.
Okay. For some it's second, for some it's first, I think. So okay, not an issue. So in this today class, we are going to discuss some topics, some basics, I think, like kind of, which we have to use in our web designing. So in those things, first one is, you all know about tags, right? You all have about tags, like paragraph tag, heading tag. There will be a lot of tags in HTML. I will show you how to write those tags. Before that, I will give the introduction of these first of all. So wait, I will just clear this. Yes, this is the HTML file. So basically, this is all HTML file. It's not now necessary. This is the doc type. Doc type is nothing but it defines this whole HTML file as a HTML file in the browser. Okay, it defines the whole file as a HTML file. It's not the text file. It's .html file. So it defines the doc type. Doc type is nothing but document type HTML. It's HTML file. It tells the browser that this is a HTML file. You have to run this as a HTML file. It tells the browser. Okay, this is the tags. You all can see left and right arrows, right? It is nothing but one tag. So here this is only one tag. It doesn't have any closing or opening tags. But you can see this HTML. It has opening tag and closing tag. In this HTML itself, you have to write whole thing. There will be two types in this HTML thing. One is head section and one is body section. Okay. So this is the head. Similarly, if you can see you can see human body, right? In human body, you can see two types. One is head part and one is body part. Like I will tell you the basic difference between HTML and CSS. Before that, let me share one PPT so that you can understand easily. Just a second. Sorry for the inconvenience. I will share the screen. Hope it's visible. So this is the HTML and this is CSS. HTML is nothing but a human skeleton which doesn't have any appearance or looks wise. It's just simple. It's just a skeleton which works, like which gives some body, like which gives some structure. That is nothing but skeleton. That is HTML in our code. What is CSS? CSS is nothing but the presentation, like looks matter, appearance, and all. We use CSS for that. So you can see just plain HTML works. Okay, it conveys the matter. But for the user experience, CSS is also mandated, right? So we use CSS with the HTML for presentation. So basically, HTML full form is nothing but hypertext markup language. So introduction, you all know like hypertext markup language, what it uses. We use HTML for creating web pages, and we use like we tell the browser how to display our website, in which color it has to display, in which font it has to display, which images it has to display. These are all things we tell the browser by using HTML and CSS. So this is a sample code of HTML. As I have said earlier, this is a doctype which defines this whole file as a HTML file, and this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag of the HTML. And there will be two parts, that nothing but head and body part, that in the same like human being. So head part defines like what are all the links, external links we are using in our file, or what are the title. Title is nothing but you all can see, right? I will show you here. You can see. Where is that main screen? See, here you can see, right, this meet and this is Sushma webinar, and these two are titles. Okay, here we will give the title to our body, like whatever body we are presenting. For that we will give one title here, your title, whatever name you want you can write it here in the head part. Head also consists of an opening tag and one closing tag. Closing tag we will define with this backslash, back arrow, and there will be body part. In body also we will have opening and closing tag. Body, the HTML content, whole content we will define inside the body, what we have to display in our website. So this is HTML, this is CSS. CSS is nothing but, CSS full form is nothing but cascading style sheets. The name itself says we are styling our sheets, we are styling our websites. In websites there will be different types of sections, different types of sheets and all. So we are styling those things. So introduction. Basically CSS, we have already seen in the first example, that CSS defines the HTML, like it presents the HTML, appearance of the HTML. It gives appearance to the HTML. So there will be three types of CSS. One is external CSS, one is internal CSS, and one is inline CSS. I will tell what the difference between those three things in practically. Okay. Here we are seeing inline CSS. Inline is nothing but inside the line, inside one line tag, we are writing this CSS, this style. We use style for CSS. Okay, this style inside the style we are writing color red. So whatever text we have given here, it appears in a red color because this is inline CSS. Okay, I will show you how to write internal and external CSS also. So coming to forms. Forms, I will show. Basically, you all have filled different types of forms, like job application form, survey form, any other forms like Google forms, some any other forms during your college days or during your job and all. So these are all the forms. I will show you how to design a form. In form, you all see one name tag. Name, you have to enter your name, your father name, your address. They are all called as text tags, where you enter your name. It, like alphabets, it's nothing but text fields. Okay, then password fields, where appears dot. It's nothing but password fields. Checkboxes are nothing but, for suppose you are filling one job application form, in that they will give skills, HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all. So you have to select more than one option. So for those things, it's nothing but checkboxes. Radio is nothing but gender differences, male, female. You have to select only one option in gender. So if you select male, only one can be selected, not both, right? So it's nothing but radio. For those single correct options, we use radio. For multi correct options, we use checkboxes. So, and submit button. There will be finally one button at the end of the form, submit. So why we use HTML forms? Like in each and every website, for suppose you are buying a product online. So for suppose Amazon, let's take Amazon. So for purchasing, after purchasing the product, like after adding into the cart and after clicking on the buy, then it will show some form, right, to fill your, or else to register, or else to log in, or mainly register form, or else to enter your address and your CV or card numbers and all. So those are all nothing but the forms, right? The user will fill the form, and the collector of the website, that the who build the website, the owner of the website, the owner of the company will need the information of yours to send the, or to ship the product to your particular address. So it's nothing but forms we use. For example, one thing. So this is the sample code. So inside the body, we have to write the form, because all the content which you are writing in HTML, which you want to display in your website, it has to be inside the body. So inside the body, we have to write form. So inside the form, we have to write enter your name, or else whatever text you want, you can write. So here input type. Input type is mandatory for each and every form. You have to write input type. What input we are giving? We are giving your name, like alphabets we are giving. So input type text. If you are giving number, you have to give input type number. If you are giving password, input type password. So this is the text field. Input type text. Here your first name. First name. This is input type password. Input type email. And radio button, I have already showed you example of like quiz or gender questions and all. And this is a sample code of radio button. Here for the radio, the both each and every field will have certain name, right? Like it has to be unique and all, right? So for example, you have like for example, I have to call some person there, some ex person. So he or she has some name, right? For that name, we are giving here also for every field we need name. So for this field, we are giving name. So here, if the both names are same, only one name can be selected. So for the radio button, we will give both names as same. I will show you this practically how it works. This is checkbox. Checkbox has different names. This is a submit button. This last line. Focus on this last line. Input type submit. Input type submit and input type button. There will be two types. I will show you that. This is the file uploading. Final one is file uploading, right? You will upload your resume or anything else. You will upload, right, your CV or anything while you are applying for a job. So this is the file uploading type. Input type, it will be file. I will show you how it works practically. So and I will also tell you about table, how to build a table after all these things. The PPT is clear. Now I will go to the code. So first we will discuss about text tags. There will be different types of text tags. I will show you basic things first, okay, which mostly we use. So our title today is whatever title you want, you can give. In the next class, we will discuss about Bootstrap, and in coming class, we will discuss about JavaScript also. Okay. So here inside the body, we are writing tags. So I will show you first heading tags. There will be 6 types of heading tags: H1, H2, H3, H4, and H5 and H6. As the number decreases, the size also decreases. I will show you how. H1. The time being, I will copy and paste this thing rather. H3, H4, H6. Finally, there will be total 6 types of heading tags. Three, 4, 5, and 6. Now I will save this and I will end here. See, heading 1 is larger than heading 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So as the number decreases, the size also will decrease. This is about heading. I will show you the next one more important thing we use here is paragraph. P is nothing but a paragraph. Any paragraph you can write it here. Anything. Sorry for the timing, I'm writing like this. Let's write it. P is nothing but the paragraph. See, this is the paragraph. Now I will show you some other tags which we won't use mostly, but those are also important. So one is B. B is nothing but the bold tag. Bold. Here we can use BR if want, else light. Here I'm using I. I is nothing but the italic. And I will use mark. And I will use del, delete text. Oh, it's enough for now. I will save it and I will show you. Here it's bold, it's italic, it's marked, and it's deleted. It's striped off. So there will be a lot of things here if you want to write. These are of the sum. Hope the text tags are clear. Now I will move on to, after text tags, I will tell you about inline and internal CSS. Further, I will clear all these things. So first I will show you how to write inline CSS. For suppose I will take one paragraph tag. Inside the paragraph tag, anything, any text you want, you can write it here. I will write some text. Okay. So here, after writing some text, now I will show you inline CSS. Inline CSS is nothing but here we have to write style. This is inline. That is nothing but inside the line. Style, color, some blue. I'll save it. See, the text has been appeared in the blue color. If you want to write more than one tag also, you can write any number of lines. You can write some font size. I will write font size some 50 pixels. I will save it. It has been increased. The font has been increased. So any number of tags you can write it here. So this is nothing but the inline CSS. Now I will just clear this and I will show you how to write internal CSS. See, you all also already have p tag right here. So I will just write here style. You have to write inside the head part. Internal CSS. Internal means inside the file, not inside the line. Inside the line means inline CSS. So here I have to write style. Style it's mandatory for inline and internal CSS. So inside this tag you can write p. P color blue. Okay. Now I will save it. See, it has been appeared in the blue color. But if I write one more T here, one more P here, please write some again random text and I will save it and I'll run it. See, it also appeared in the blue color, but I don't want it to be appear in the blue color, but it should be appeared in black or some red color. So this property shouldn't apply for this, right? So further here I have to take one class. Class is equals to, class is nothing but one property in CSS. Okay, see, I will show you now how it works. So class some anything class some anything you can write. I will write Sushma. Whatever you want you can write class name. So for the class you have to define the class with dot Sushma. So here the class is Sushma. Here the inside the P class Sushma. So I will save it. Now I will run it. See, it appeared in blue color, but it doesn't appear in blue color because only for one thing, that this only for this class we have written the color, but not this. If you write again the class here, it works. Class can be used more than one time, but ID, there will be one more property called it work. One more thing called as ID. ID is nothing but hash. We use hash for ID. Here also we use, instead of class we use ID. So ID will work only for one, not for both. So this is nothing but CSS internal and inline CSS. Now we will see about external CSS. So you all got idea, right? About these things. Any things? Okay, I will show you ID also if you want. Here for ID we use hash. ID is nothing but just remember of ID like thumb impressions or fingerprints. It will be unique for each and every individual, right? This is also the same. ID is unique. Here instead of class I have to write ID. ID is equals to Sushma. I will clear this P. Okay. I'll save it. So ID has to work only for P right now. See, only for one thing it has applied. But if we again write ID for the next P also, it doesn't work. ID is equal to because ID is unique. It's not like class. Mostly we use classes only here, but not this. Oh, it worked. Wait. I don't know why it worked, but it shouldn't work. The font size has been increased because I use it. But mainly we use only class, guys, here, because we shouldn't use ID. ID will not work if we use more than once. But we use only class in CSS, not ID. ID we use in JavaScript. I will tell you in next class about JavaScript. So this is nothing but ID. Now I will show you one more thing. Here inline and internal CSS. Here for inline, I will write some style. Color red. Here I have written style color red. Before that, I will write class is equals to. Here for class, we have to write ID dot, right? So class Sushma, style color red. So I have given both properties for this p tag, that is blue color and also red color. Let's see which one will appear now. See, it has taken red color only because inline CSS have highest priority than internal CSS and external CSS, and internal CSS has the highest priority than external CSS. So the order is inline, internal, and external. If you write inline CSS and also internal CSS in same tag, it takes only inline CSS, not internal CSS, because it has highest priority. External CSS is nothing but we will create another file here, another some .css file. You have to create one .css file, and you can directly give anything you want, and you have to use that link. You have to use that address here in your style sheet, like a style relational style sheet. And link is nothing but where you are getting, like your file name. Here, suppose sushma.css or index.css. You have to give index.css path of your file. Here you have to give in your head part the link you have to give. This is nothing but the external CSS. Hope it's clear. Now I will move on to table. So for the table, we need rows and columns, right? One row and one column. We all have seen, right? Tables, one row and one column. For that, first we have to write one table tag here. Table. Inside the table, first of all, for creating table, we need one row for heading, and second row for data, third row for data. How many rows we want, we can write data. So for heading, we have to use table heading, right? So before that, we have to use table row. Table row means tr. First we have to create one row, right, to insert our headings. So inside the tr, I'm inserting th. Th is nothing but table heading. First heading, this is one whole row, consider. So first heading, I want some serial number, S number. I will write like this. So serial number, I want serial number. I will create another heading. Like one heading is nothing but one column. Another heading I will create. So this is nothing but the second column. Some name. Third heading. Some grade. Okay. Three headings I have created. Serial number, name, and grade. And another one also we can create th and its gender. Four headings I have created. So one row has been created in the table, and 1, 2, 3, 4 columns has been created. That is, one is serial number, name, grade, and gender. Now I will show you once how it appears. See, serial number, name, grade, and gender has been appeared inside the table. Now I will write another row for inserting our data, right? Second row TB. We use table data TB. Okay, serial number is 01. So another TB. Next, what we have to give name. Under the name it appears. So name is some John. Grade, some A. Gender, male. Okay. Another row has been created down to this. I will show you how it appears. See. Serial number 1, name John, grade A, gender male, and it's heading. You can see the font change between data and heading. It's a bit darker than this thing. Okay. So I will create one more row. For this table only, I will use this data only. So for this, we have to write CSS. I'll write inside the internal CSS. I will write here. Okay. For internal CSS, we have to use style tag. Inside the style tag, we have to use tags. I will use direct tags here because I'm using only one tag, right? Table, comma tr, comma th. Whatever you want, you can use it here. Border 1px solid black. This is nothing but the shortcut property of border. Border size 1 pixel. Border type solid. So it is nothing but one line. Or is dotted is nothing but dotted line. Dashed is nothing but dashed line. Color border color black. So instead of writing 3 properties, I have written only single property. This is shortcut property. Size, type, and color. It has to be the same order, or else it won't work. You can see. I have then given the table for TD, table data. You can see now table has been appeared. So this is nothing but table. You can even give, so instead of solid, you can give dotted. Whatever you want, you can give. You can see the dotted line. I will show you dashed line also. Dashed. See, this is the dashed line. Preferably we use solid. The size also you can increase or decrease. If I use some 5 pixels. See the size. One is preferable. Color, you can use any color you want for the borders. I will use blue color. This is nothing but table. Hope it's clear. Now I will clear all these things. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So now I will show you how to write form. First thing, before writing form, I have already said you in the presentation that we have to write form in PPT. So inside the form, you have to write input type. Input type here, what input type you are taking? Input type text. Just it's enough. Before that, I will write one text. Enter name. See here. Enter name. Here I can enter my name. This is one text field. Enter name. That is nothing but the text. It has to address your text. Okay, text field. So enter phone number. For the phone number, you have to write input type is equals to number. It has to be in the form of number, right? It shouldn't be in the form of text. So further, I will show you why we use another tag here. We'll see it. So here it has appear beside it. So if you want down to the line, you have to use BR tag. BR is nothing but break. It breaks the line. I will show you now how it appears. After this, it has appeared. So here you can enter your name. Here you can enter your phone number only. It doesn't take any name. See, I'm clicking my keyboard. You can hear my sound, I think. So it doesn't appear any text fields or alphabets. It only appears numbers. So if suppose I will enter some 9. If I click on up arrow, it goes on increasing. If I click on down arrow, it goes on decreasing. This is nothing but the number field. Okay. So this is nothing but the number field. Now I will show you password field. Input type for password is password. We'll use BR here. We'll use BR here also to break the line and just to appear neatly. You can even style this also. You can just give class here and you can style the input property. So I have given enter password. Here now I'm entering my password. See, whatever I enter, it appears only in the dotted format because password is secured, right? So it appears in only dotted format. So after password, I will show you about checkboxes and radio buttons. Enter password. Not enter. Select gender. So here, for this, you have to use two types. In two buttons you need, right? So input type. Input type here is radio. Input type radio and name. For this, you have to use name. For about thing also, you have to give name. It's Javish. But while using JavaScript, you have to give ID for each and every field. You have to extract the data from here using JavaScript. So you have to give ID for each and everything. So input type radio and name is some gender. And here we can write male. And down to this, we have to write input type is equals to another button also we need, right? So for this also radio, and here name is also same. We have the same name for the radio buttons. I have told you, right, in the PPT. So gender, here it's female. See this? NC2 button, select gender, male, female. So if I click on male, and if you click on female, only one appears. It shifts here, male, female. It's nothing but gender. Now I will show you. Select yeah, skill. Yeah, skills. I will use here checkboxes. Input type. Checkbox is nothing but to select more than one option. Input is equals to checkbox. Name is equals to some HTML I will give. Here also I will give HTML. I will select this thing for the time being. Here I will write CSS. Here also I will write CSS. JS, JavaScript. Here are some SQL. Here also I will change the names. JS. And here also I will write SQL. Save this. See here. So I have been given. See. Here are skills: HTML, CSS, JS, and whatever you want you can select. So I only have skill HTML, so one is enough. So no, I have all the skill of JS, so you can select more than one or all. So but in this case only one you can select. There is a difference between checkbox and radio button. Hope it's clear. Now I will move on to, I think the last and final one is file uploading, right? So input type equals to file. Yes, it's simple and it's enough also. So you have to just write here upload Yeah, resume. Here you can see. Upload your resume. No file has been chosen till now. Choose file. If I click on this, see, I can select any file from this. You can see, right? See, I can select any file. See, now I will select one file from this. Some JSON file I will select. Open. So trslint.json, it has been selected. It will show here. Whatever file you select, it will show here. Choose file. You have to click on this choose file. Okay. So this is nothing but file uploading. Now I will show you the difference between input type button and input type text. So first I will write input type is equals to button. See this? Here you can see one button. For that button you can give name also if you want. But just for this purpose it's enough, I think. I will give here. Here you can see one button, right? Here you can expand your button, you can give one name to the button. For just understanding, I'm showing you a button. So I will enter some name, I will enter some phone number, and I will enter some password. I will select one thing. So it has all been selected. Suppose if I click on this button, carefully observe the file will not reload. This will not refresh. The file will not refresh. See. So it's just not refreshing, but the button is clicking. So the user info will be shared with the particular website owner, but it will be shared multiple times. Whenever you click on this, it will be shared, but the user doesn't know that it has been shared or not. For that purpose, you have to give input type submit. Now you can see input type submit. It has appeared, right? Input type submit. So I'm entering one name, some phone number, some password, email, something. See, if I click on the submit, carefully observe, it will upload and also it will refresh the page. See, it has been refreshed. Right? This is the use of our files. So I'm sorry, I have forgotten to show you a title. Here you can see the title, HTML and CSS. This title. Hope it's clear, right? Guys, is it clear? Are you listening at least? Respond.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, I will share the task in written format with your team. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Bye, guys. At least say bye. Okay.
Thank you.